Chapter 1, Basic Word Structure. Basic word structure begins your study of medical terminology and introduces you to how medical terms are analyzed. Remember, your goal is not to memorize terms, but to master the tools to understand terminology, so that when you encounter a new word, you can figure it out on your own. You'll notice, as you hear the explanations in this chapter, that I've been careful to show you how each term is divided into its component parts. Once you learn how to divide words into component parts and understand the meanings of those word parts, you can decipher most complex medical terms on your own. Don't forget you have 3 goals as you begin your study of medical terminology. First is to become familiar with how to analyze terms and recognize the meanings of various combining forms, suffixes, and prefixes. Second, concentrate on connecting each term to how it relates to the body. You will understand each term more fully if you do this. For example, while the term gastroenterology means the study of the stomach and intestines, you should also know where these organs are located and how they relate to each other. The third major objective is to pay very close attention to proper spelling and pronunciation, because making mistakes in spelling makes a difference. Remember, if you replace one letter of a term, you can change its entire meaning. For example, hepatoma means tumor of the liver, while hematoma is a mass or collection of blood, as in a bruise. The learning method in this book and this audio companion together will increase your comprehension and confidence with medical terminology. With these goals in mind, here are the terms in Chapter 1.
Pronunciation of terms, Chapter 1. Adenitis. The word adenitis is formed of 2 parts. The suffix itis, I-T-I-S, means inflammation, and the combining form adeno, A-D-E-N-O, means gland. Adenitis, then, is inflammation of a gland. Adenoma. The suffix oma, O-M-A, means tumor or mass. An adenoma is a tumor of a gland. Some glands in the body where adenomas may grow are the pituitary gland just below the brain, the thyroid gland in the neck, and the adrenal glands located above each kidney. Adenomas are benign or non-cancerous tumors. Anemia. The prefix an, A-N, means no, not, or without, and emia, E-M-I-A, indicates a condition of the blood. Usually, a person suffering from anemia is pale and tired. Anemia is a deficiency of red blood cells due to decreased production or excessive loss of red blood cells. Arthralgia. The suffix algia, A-L-G-I-A, means pain, and the combining form, arthro, A-R-T-H-R-O, means joint. Arthralgia is pain in a joint. A joint is the connective space between bones. Arthritis. Arthritis is inflammation of a joint. Arthroscopy. Arthroscopy is visual examination of the interior of a joint through an endoscope inserted into a small incision. Autopsy. The prefix auto, A-U-T-O, means one's own or oneself. The suffix opsy, O-P-S-Y, is the process of viewing. An autopsy is an examination with one's own eyes of a dead body to determine the cause of death. Biology. Bio, B-I-O, is the combining form meaning life. The suffix logy, L-O-G-Y, means process of study. Biology is a process that studies life and living organisms. Biopsy. Biopsy literally means the process of viewing life. A biopsy is performed by removing a small piece of living tissue and examining it under a microscope. Cardiac. Carcinoma. A carcinoma is a cancerous or malignant tumor. Cardiac. The suffix AC means pertaining to. The root cardi, C-A-R-D-I, means heart. Cardiac is pertaining to the heart. Cardiology. Cardiology is the study of the heart. Cephalgia. Cephalgia is head pain or headache. Cephalic. The suffix IC means pertaining to. The combining form cephalo, C-E-P-H-A-L-O, means head. Cephalic is pertaining to the head. Often, infants are born with a cephalic presentation, that is, head first. Cerebral or cerebral. The suffix AL means pertaining to. Cerebral pertains to the cerebrum, the largest part of the brain. The cerebrum controls many bodily functions such as sensations, speech, voluntary movements, memory, and thinking. Cerebrovascular accident. Vascular means pertaining to a blood vessel. During a cerebrovascular accident or stroke, the blood flow to the brain is compromised. This results in the death of brain cells and subsequent impairment in function. Cystoscopy. The suffix scopy, S-C-O-P-Y, means the process of visual examination. Cystoscopy, then, is the visual examination of the urinary bladder. During cystoscopy, a physician inserts a cystoscope through the urethra into the urinary bladder. Cytology. Cyto, C-Y-T-O, is the combining form meaning cell. Cytology is the study of cells. Dermatitis. Dermato, D-E-R-M-A-T-O, is the combining form meaning skin. Dermatitis is inflammation of the skin. This diagnosis. The prefix dia, D-I-A, means complete. Gnosis, G-N-O-S-I-S, means a state of knowledge. A diagnosis is the state of complete knowledge about a patient's condition. It reflects information about a patient's illness from many sources, such as laboratory tests, history and physical examination, and radiologic tests. Dysentery. The prefix dys means bad, painful, or difficult. The combining form entero means intestines. Dysentery, then, literally means painful intestines. A common cause is ingestion of food or water contaminated with bacteria, fungi, or viruses. This intestinal infection often presents with severe diarrhea and bleeding. Diameter. Diameter is literally a measurement through a circle. The diameter of the large intestine is greater than the diameter of the small intestine. Electrocardiogram. The suffix gram, G-R-A-M, means a record. The combining form electro, E-L-E-C-T-R-O, is electricity, and the combining form cardio, C-A-R-D-I-O, means heart. Thus, an electrocardiogram, abbreviated either ECG or EKG, is a record of the electricity within the heart. Electroencephalogram. Encephalo means brain. An electroencephalogram, or EEG, is a record of the electrical activity of the brain. Endocardium. The endocardium is the inner lining of the heart. Endocrine glands. The prefix endo means within. Crine, C-R-I-N-E, means to secrete. Endocrine glands secrete hormones within the body, directly into the bloodstream. Some examples of endocrine glands are the pituitary, thyroid, and adrenal glands, the ovaries in females, and the testes in males. Endocrinology. Endocrinology is the study of the endocrine glands. Enteritis. The combining form entero means intestines, usually the small intestine. Enteritis, then, is inflammation of the intestines